Allison Davis, coming to you live from GBTA Broadcast Studio in Toronto. I have with me here today Kate King from International SOS. Kate, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes, my pleasure.
It's great to have you. So Kate, you were at our first Win It program in Canada this week here at the conference in Toronto.
Yes.
So what were some key takeaways you got from that program?
Well, the whole program was excellent, all three sessions, but Danielle Sauvageau's presentation on the word no and her advice about that. So Danielle Sauvageau is a women's hockey coach who took the Canadian women's team to win the gold medal in Salt Lake City. And as you can imagine, it's not been an easy path throughout her career. And she's heard the word no many, many, many times, usually by virtue of being female in hockey. So now when she hears the word no, she hears new opportunity. And no, new opportunity.
I like that.
So yeah, and I mean, to me, it's that thing where when there's something that you're not loving, say in your workplace, it's just that understanding that you don't have to live with it. You can change it. It's that simple. You can change it. You can do something about it. It's not easy. The opportunities are hard and you have to figure it out. But it's something that I wish I realized when I was younger in my career. It's not all or nothing. It's like, do something about it. You have the power to change it.
Absolutely. So from your perspective, what ways do you think our industry could better empower women and invest in our future as leaders within the corporate travel industry?
I mean, I feel privileged to work in an industry as diverse as the travel industry, and many of our organizations do, I think, deeply invest in mentorship programs and professional development programs. But are we doing everything we can? Absolutely not. There's so much more. And I mean, I think that we have to look at the criteria that companies use when they're hiring. I mean, we know that businesses do better and make better decisions when their executive teams are comprised of diverse individuals with different backgrounds, different experiences, different points of view. And I think it comes down to the criteria when we're posting jobs. And I think too often we shoot ourselves in the foot by painting a picture of the ideal candidate that really mirrors the existing people that you have, and as such lose the opportunity to hire those individuals with a very different background and different skill set that would really add a lot of value.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And I mean, and I think at the same time we also have to be cognizant of how we treat employees who are speaking up and asking questions and challenging the way things are done. Because, you know, if we're not careful, we risk those individuals not applying for internal postings and then we lose out on that potential talent.
Yes. So, Kate, you've been a very engaged volunteer with GBTA for quite some time. You were a dedicated ladders participant, even a member of the winning team a couple of years back. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
But so how do you see that program in particular contributing to our industry? And can you talk to me a little bit about your experiences with it?
Yes, absolutely. So, GBTA Ladders fosters professional development opportunities in a very unique way. I mean, most mentees and most mentors come into that program already usually top performers in their own organizations, usually with decent networks. But the professional growth that happens within the program is remarkable. I mean, mentees emerge with such developed leadership skills, a much deeper and more well-rounded understanding of our industry, and obviously an incredible network of high-level and diverse contacts and industry colleagues. I mean, for myself, I never intended to leave the hotel industry for risk management. Definitely wasn't the plan.
Yeah, you're new to the risk management side of the business.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been 4 months since I've been with International SOS, but it feels like a very gradual transition, and I guess it's because of the time that I spent with Ladders and especially with my mentors. I mean, as you know, the Ladders teams are intentionally very diverse.
Yes.
And I was paired with 2 travel risk management professionals to be my mentors, and so for 12 months, I was invited to interviews with a whole range of medical and security senior executives. And it was you know, I found myself eventually at the end of it speaking to GBTA members on a webinar about how to stay safe when staying in hotels. You know, and it wasn't where I expected that things would go, but by having this exposure, I was able to make connections between what the risk management professionals were telling me and what my hotel clients were telling me that they needed. Mm-hmm. And as a result, I was able to be such a better resource for my clients and a better resource for my employer.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like it really opened up some really unique doors for you, which is fantastic.
Yeah, it's funny. You never would have predicted where it was going to go. And then in retrospect, it seems very, very, very natural, and the connections were always there. But it's just that opportunities to have that exposure and be out of your comfort zone and speak to people that you wouldn't necessarily think to approach and go after opportunities that you just wouldn't think about if somebody didn't say, like, hey, what about this? So Yeah.
Well, thinking about the trajectory of your career to this point, is there a piece of advice that you wish you would have had earlier in your career that you know now?
Probably lots. I had great mentors throughout my whole career, but yeah, for sure. I mean, I wish that I had been more aware of the importance of building a wide network earlier in my career. And I wish, maybe realizing don't be afraid to look across your whole organization. Look up, look down, look sideways, look to different business units, and find those like-minded individuals, those allies and friends. It's going to make your life and your career and your journey so much easier and so much more enjoyable. And I mean, again, obviously also look outside your organization to associations like GBTA and like Win It, and get to know suppliers and buyers outside of the workplace. These resources exist, and it's just tap into it. It just makes a world of difference.
Yeah, the importance of your network cannot be overstated. I think we both know that very well.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's on you to grow it. You don't feel that you have to network with the same people that your colleagues are networking with. Like, you will meet people across your whole organization who do completely different things. And back to my example about security, you might not realize that there's common ground, but it's finding those people who not think the same way as you, but have the same goals, and connecting with them and finding allies. Like, it's a challenge some days, the day to day, and the more people that you have on your side and a network, you're not going to be able to make changes by yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Kate, thank you so much again for joining us today. It was a pleasure to have you.
Thanks, Allison.
Once again, I'm Allison Davis, coming to you live from GBTA Broadcast Studio. Thank you for joining us.